Hello YouTube, this is VidHead85. Can we talk for a little while? I'm going to talk about Joe Rogan endorsing Senator Bernie Sanders for the 2020 Democratic primary. It is my hope, and I will be working for it, so that he will win the nod, and then we can make him the 46th president of these United States. Joe Rogan's endorsement should mean one thing to you. If you don't take anything away from it, I hope you take this away from it. That Bernie Sanders has large appeal with even Republican voters. Even voters that may not fit into the Democratic or Republican voter demographic. He's probably, people who listen to Joe Rogan are probably a lot more independent than they are Democratic or Republican. And even people who do not necessarily agree with Bernie Sanders still like him because he is authentic. Voters are not looking for another slick willy politician to come around at election time and say, I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to do that for you. Voters are looking for someone who is real, who is authentic, who may come off as brash a little bit because they're focused on getting to business. Let's face it, I can deal with a little bit of incivility if we can get some business actually done. And a lot of candidates talk about getting things done, like Biden with his bankruptcy bill, or Pete Buttigieg with his demoting the first black police chief of South Bend, and Elizabeth Warren getting things done with voting for Trump's 3 bloated military budgets, and Biden's bankruptcy bill that still continues to echo so far. How are you going to drive a car, wreck it for 40 years, be good for 8 years, and then say, give me the car again? Bernie Sanders has stood against all of it. Bernie Sanders has stood against racism, against homophobia, and let's face it, there may be some people who like Bernie that are homophobic, transphobic, or other. But the bottom line is Bernie Sanders expands the traditional electorate because he is someone that appeals to a broad base of independents, of first-time voters, of people who probably would not vote if Bernie Sanders were not on the ballot. Let's take a page. Let's learn something from that butt-kicking Democrats took in 2016. Of course, the Democratic establishment won't. But what this means, what this endorsement means, is that Bernie Sanders will expand the electorate. And that is what you need if you are going to defeat Trump. Defeating Trump is the easy part. The hard part is what happens after Trump is gone. How is the system going to be remade in a way that will help the people? And that means kicking out corporate Democrats like Nancy Pelosi and all of the House leadership structure, so-called leadership structure. Kicking out evil fools like Dan Lipinski and Trump-tastic Henry Culler. But it's not it doesn't end there. It deals with getting money out of politics and running candidates that are not taking big money from those people that are interested in jacking up your rent and visiting you at the hospital saying, how are you going to pay for it? And paying you less because they can. So this is not just some one endorsement that really doesn't mean a whole lot. It means much more. Bernie Sanders can and will expand the electorate, and people have underestimated him constantly. You do it at your own peril. I look forward to being able to say, when my birthday hits after Election Day, I am so glad that I can say, for my birthday, President Bernie Sanders. 46th president of these United States, and he would be the oldest elected president, so I'm really excited. Have a great day, and keep on feeling the burn.